I am Rahul Kumar and welcome to you all the second day of hands-on machine learning. So I know uh, I have uploaded one video related to machine learning, how to gather data from CSV file, TSV file, and JSON file. How you can upload and data from this CSV, TSV, and the JSON file, and how you can use that into your machine learning algorithm. So I have plan to do a hands-on tutorial to how the machine learning in a machine learning how you can use the data from different things, means how you are using from CSV and TSV file and the JSON file, like that. In this video we are going to see the information about API. Okay, API. So how you can use the data and extract the data from API. So before going into that, so we will see what exactly API. So nowadays everyone is talking about API, right? So you might have heard in internet this means OpenAI API. They are using OpenAI API to do this work, to do that work. So in today's video, we will discuss about the API. Means what this actually API is doing. So let us understand. So the full form for API stand for Application Programming Interface. It is a stand for Application Programming Interface. Okay. So API, what is the main task of API? It is essentially rules that detect how two machines are talking to each other. Let us see some example. API based interaction include a cloud application. How a cloud application is communicating with the servers. How cloud applications are communicating with server. This is the things where the API comes on. Okay, or you can say one another example, how your application interaction with an operating system, means how you have some you might have some sorry, in your laptop or PC you have some applications. How that applications is interacting with your OS operating system, how they are communicating to each other. So for that we will see things here. So let us understand this by you seeing one example. So see, you are visiting any hotel, okay, and you are going to there as a customer, and what you will do, you will not go directly into the hotel, and you will go to the safe and you will say, yeah, make food for me. Let's pizza. Make a pizza for me. Make a this dish for me. So you will not directly communicate with this safe. Okay. So what you will do? So you will call to the waiter and you will tell, so sir, I need a pizza, so let me deliver this within this minute. So you will directly communicate with waiter. You are not going to communicate with safe. So here's the API is comes on. So API is like a waiter. So API is going to going to behave like a mediator, and it is connecting customer and the safe. Okay. So API is like that only. So API, what API is doing? API is the working as a mediator. So let us see one example so that you will be understanding this in a very clear manner. So let's go to the second chapter. So so let's see the API. I will explain by giving one example. So suppose you are an end user, you are using apps in a browser or mobile devices. You are using apps or mobile. Okay, you are using apps or mobile everything. So what you are doing in apps or browser, you are searching in a browser. Say let's say Google browser. What you are asking, who is PM of India. So you are asking about that. Who is Prime Minister of India? PM means Prime Minister of India. So okay. So what it will do? So browser is just not going to communicate. Google browser is not just going to communicate with the web server or the databases. So what is it is doing? So it will communicate with the API. Okay, and API will further pass the information to the web server, and web server will fetch the data from the database. Okay, who is the Prime Minister of India, and it will return back to the API, and API will request back or give the response. Okay, give the response to the web server, and finally the final end user will get the information about that the Narendra Damodar Das Modi is the Prime Minister of India. You will get like that. You will get a list of website or everything like references you will get. So you are not directly going to communicate with the database bases. Are you going to communicate directly with the databases? You are finding information about the Prime Minister of India to this database. No, you are searching to the web browser or there, and that web browser is requesting to the API. It is requesting to the API, and that API is passing that information to the web server, and that web server is going to fetch the data from the databases, and that information going to return in the API, and that API will send as a response to that web server, and that web server will display the information or result according to that. So this is the workflow of that API. Okay. So let me make it more clear. So I will consider some example there. So okay. So actually you are booking seat. So let us see. So let's see one example. So generally you are booking a ticket, okay, IRCTC. IRCTC. Okay, for trains. Okay, let's see for trains, and for trains or flight both you can take. Okay, FLIGHT. You are booking a ticket from IRCTC website for trains and flights. Okay, so what is going here? You can book the ticket by using IRCTC website, or you can book the ticket by using where you can use PhonePe, GPay. They are also providing some facility to book the tickets like train tickets or Google Pay ticket. Google Pay. They are also providing to book a train, their buses or flights. They are providing some facility to book tickets. Okay, to book TICK tickets for trains, flights, etc. Okay, so you can book the ticket by using this IRCTC also. You can book by using here also you can use these also, no problem, no problem in that. And there also one website is there, make my trip. They are also facilitating this. So what you are thinking about here, is they are providing the user information to that phone pay or Google Pay or make my trip? Is that they are providing information, the user data set to the database to that phone pay or Google Pay? No, no, neither, never, never they will provide. So what they are doing, they are providing APIs keys. Okay, API keys. They are providing API, so that if any user will come and book the ticket by using phone pay or Google Pay, so API will come there. So what their government is doing, IRCTC, they are providing a API. Okay, they are providing a API keys to that phone pay or Google Pay, so that they can so that user can go to the phone pay or Google Pay or make my trip, and they can easily book their tickets there. So this is the main thing here. Okay, so if you will book your ticket by phone pay or Google Pay, so what they will do, they will request an equation to the request information to that API will check the information, is this correct or not, that user has booked the ticket or not, and that will be they will book the tickets like that. So API is doing in between that. Okay, API is working here in between them. So you can see there API is working as a mediator here. So so Google Pay and the IRCTC, they both will be communicating to each other by using API only. By using API only. Without API keys, how they will communicate? The IRCTC will not directly give the user database to the that Google Pay or Phone Pay. So this is the thing here. Okay, so what is going to happen is, means if any user is coming and booking their ticket in that by using Google Pay or Phone Pay, so that information will be directly shifted to that IRCTC. It will be available on both sides. Okay, okay. If in IRCTC there is one empty two or one, let's see, this is the empty ticket. Okay, if user is booking by ticket by using Google Pay or Phone Pay, let's see, means it will be directly updated to the IRCTC portal also. It will be secret, that seat will be not vacant. This will be already booked. So this is the main concept of API. API is working as a mediator to communicate the two things. Okay, two machines here. Okay, so you can understand by this only. So let's see, if you are if you are booking a ticket by using IRCTC website. Okay, and this information will be directly updated into the apps also, Android apps also. If you are using iOS application, it will be also updated there. If you are using any computer apps, here also that information will be updated. So that real time updation will be happen there. So this is the main concept here. Okay, API is what the API is doing. API is just working as a mediator to make communication between two things. So this is the thing. Okay, so in this video we have learned about the concept of API, what the API is actually doing. So I might think you have some clear understanding about this API, so what the API is actually doing here. So we can meet into the another video, not in another video we will meet, and we will see the how you can what you can do. So let me see once. Okay, so let me insert one page. So in another video, what we will do? So we will take an API from a website, and what we will do? We will take API key and we will fetch the data from API. What we will do? We will apt fetch data from API. Okay, and we will simultaneously what we will do? We will convert that data set into CSV file also. Okay, we will convert that data into CSV file also. Okay, and we will see. that into the next video. So I think you have overview about the API, what the API is actually doing. So in next video, what we will do, how you can extract the data set from API. Okay, so we will see this into our next video. So I hope you have something clear about the API. So let's begin the another video and we will meet into that.